Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Hosting channel. My name is Peter. This video will be slightly different than my other videos. That's because today I have special guest, Viktor from R2D Detailing. Viktor has his own detailing channel, he's detailing enthusiast. Viktor is from Hungary, but he lived in Ireland for several years. Now he came just for a quick visit, so he arrived in my place, so we do some talk about detailing. So welcome back, Viktor. Pleasure to meet you again. I know you have some questions for me.
Yeah, I prepared with my paper. I have loads of questions. And you remember like 2 years ago when we did the first video, there was something about your background. I had one minute-ish when you told me so many things how you started, and I want a second episode on that one, like we see, and dive much more into details. It's gonna be more about the business side of OCD detailing and business as usual in detailing in Ireland. And my first question would be, can you tell us what you do at OCD Detailing to the people who don't know you yet?
Yeah. So what we do here is obviously we do detailing services. We also provide leather restoration services. I also, for the last few years, I provide detailing and leather restoration trainings for people that want to learn the stuff here. Also, what I have is I have walk-in shop and online shop with detailing supplies.
Very good. So you not just offer services to people, you offer like trainings for enthusiasts like myself who like to go out and wash their cars weekly, or even who wants to jump into the business and do detailing as a full-time job, right?
Yeah, that's it. I think when I started, there was no such thing like detailing training.
Yeah.
All you could learn was from YouTube and practice. But these days, I think it's good opportunity for some people to come in here, or there are other places in Ireland that they do it, that you can go and see how to do it, how to start properly doing, let's say, machine polishing.
And how good was YouTube to learn something as detailing back at the time, like years ago?
Now, to be honest, I didn't actually use YouTube much for learning this. The way I learned, machine polishing and all that was obviously the practice. I put lots of time into practice, but at the time, forums were very good. Forums,
yeah, I remember.
You had very good source of information on forums. Like there is the biggest one in the world is the detailing world.
Yeah.
Now nobody talks about it too much, but I think if you go back to 5-10 years ago, the content was absolutely savage that time.
Have you learned detailing on your own vehicle, or how did you start? Like you said, you had to learn it on your own basically, and then how you handled it, like without many help, like hands-on help or something nearby, like you had to do it on your own vehicle.
The story with me was kind of like I started the completely opposite way anyone should start. So basically, I decided I'm gonna open my business and I'm gonna start. Well, initially I started with carpet cleaning. Now the story was in 2009, I lost my job. I used to work as a builder, lost my job, and for a year I literally wasted a year playing PlayStation and watching stuff on YouTube. Wasn't actually
you took a break basically.
Yeah, well, it was kind of I was watching stuff on YouTube, but it wasn't obviously about detailing because I wasn't interested in that at all. So a friend of mine gave me idea, said, try to set up business as a carpet cleaner. And he told me that you can actually make decent money on that. So I said, geez, I give it a go. There's nothing to lose. I'm wasted a year already, so there's nothing to lose. I borrowed around €1,000 from my girlfriend at the time. And he told me what to buy, what vacuum, what products, and literally I went, bought the stuff, and I said, geez, I'm ready to go for a business,
And that year, what year was the time, because you originally from Poland?
Yeah.
And then what year was when you came in Ireland?
I came in 2004, and I worked till about 2009. I had a job all the time. Then the recession kicked in. There wasn't much work at the time.
That's true.
So so I said after wasting the year, I said, geez, that's probably enough. Wasting more time. So I'll try to do something. And end of 2010, my business kind of like business. At the time, I chanced my arm and I said I'll buy the vacuum and I started to offer some sort of
And
services.
how long that carpet business worked? Like you started 2010,
End of
basically,
2010,
and then what was the time when you decided you want to move on to different areas of cleaning?
When I got the the carpet cleaner, I started to advertise myself. Like at that time, I only print out a few flyers, and I went to the shops, and basically, like I was expecting lots of work from that. Like even the flyers I printed out on my own printer.
And was it a slow start?
It was just pure disaster, I have to say.
When was the turnaround? When or that business you had to totally turn down the business and switch to anything else, or it started to raising a little bit?
Well, at the time, to be honest, I had no idea what I was doing. That we have to start from that. Like if you work as a builder for a few years, you work for somebody. Like overall, you have to switch your mindset.
Yeah.
From being an employee to self-employed.
That's
So that's
a big change.
That's a big part. At the time, I just don't like. I'd say anyone would do. Like you have some sort of idea. You think, oh, you do this, then you're gonna be very busy. But like that, it doesn't work like that in business. You have to get experience first to make it work. But when I started to do carpets, I said like, geez, I can clean cars as well. Like it was a big deal. Like I had my own car. Like I cleaned it, and like I said, if I put more effort, more time, I'm gonna get professional results. Obviously, that doesn't happen. if you don't know what you're doing, even like even these days, I get people that they think that like it's easy job.
Still, and we are in 2023 at the moment, yeah?
Yeah. Like you get people that they think it's easy. Not as much now as that time. Like people have bigger awareness.
Yes.
What's involved, like but that time, like cleaning car was like in Ireland, like everyone recognized cleaning cars as a valeting.
Yes, that's true.
It was like that time. If you said detailing, well, I didn't know how to do detailing initially, obviously, because I don't think everyone is born with that skill. You have to learn it, like as everything. You have to learn to be good at something. You have to learn it, yeah. But I was offering valeting services at the time. I started with mobile valeting first because I kind of didn't have idea how to do it different way. Renting a place was, pointless and all like. Then again, I would
because you had to move from house to house, for example, or from places to places.
But the mobile valeting wasn't something I was kind of enjoying.
Yeah.
Like you're under pressure. Especially weather in Ireland, is not the best thing for that. And to be honest, after a year from when I started the business, like it wasn't going for me at all. I think I done maybe 10, 15 services over the first year. So like,
it wasn't too much then.
Jesus, like nothing, and there was I couldn't see any light in the tunnel,
Yeah.
So at that time, I was ready to pack up and go home, because I wasn't kind of able to survive on what I was making.
Yeah.
So I said, what's the point? And in Poland, economy was actually not too bad at the time. So I said, like, I'll go back home and.
So there was a break point then when you had to make another big decision to where to go.
Yeah, that's it. And like, in fairness, we were actually nearly packed up, and we said we're gonna give another 2-3 months, and for like 2011, we said we're going back on Christmas time. That's it. Like we.
So you gave yourself a deadline basically. You gave another 3 months. You said.
Yeah.
2-3 months. And what happened then?
Now, in summertime, I remember that was 2011 summertime, and like somebody dropped me a car for cleaning, and. Like it was newer car, so I was kind of looking off that at the time. I still didn't know how to do it, but I was, I was in the point where I was trying to do my best still, like, and like the owner was over the moon, he was over the moon, and then he recommended me to his friend.
Good. So this is how it started.
Yeah, and like this, I done car for another lad, and then he was also delighted with the job, so he started to recommend me to his, within that week. I think I got maybe 3-4 jobs to do.
And did you do any different, like for example, when you started about your did you do any different processing during the cleaning? What made this result for other clients? They recognize your job, or you just did exactly the same, and then basically you found the right people You know what I'm trying to ask here? Like,
Now I was like, like I was trying to put more effort, obviously. Now when when the fellow was happy with the car, I kind of like, I said, geez, I have to make it better, like, So then I started to do research about cleaning cars, So I found out that there are actually brands like Chemical Guys, Poor Boys, like there are different brands than what you see in local market, like, then obviously I kind of very quick, I bought the stuff. Then I started to see the results, that you can get better results. And I was putting more effort, and then from that time, I started to actually look for information about cleaning cars.
Yeah.
And it wasn't long after that, I came across that magic word, detailing. And like when I found it, like I remember it was some Fiat car, like, it was solid black paint. And the picture of that car was just like was
Brilliant,
miracle, like, So then I started to read what was, in there, and like then came across the like the term of detailing.
Yeah.
So then I typed detailing, found some forums.
Yeah.
And like from then, like everything started to roll on in the right direction, because I had the proper source of information. That's like around 2011 when I started to actually start to educate myself in detailing field.
And then from there, like, you were still mobile at that time?
No, actually that time, because like I gave up mobile valeting very quick, because just I wasn't able to do it, in peace of mind. Like for this job you need peace of mind. So like if you're mobile and like there is rain behind the corner, you have to watch this, that, like, no, it doesn't just work the way for me it doesn't work. I know for some people it might work, but for me mobile doesn't work. So what I done after a couple of months, like that time when I done the few mobiles job, and like people started to be happy with the results, I decided to build a little shed there beside my house.
Oh, very good.
So just to have place to work and
So you still invested it to make bigger and bigger.
Like, it was a big investment, but like it was big improvement.
And then you continued basically car cleaning, let's say car cleaning, detailing beside your house, basically at that shed.
Yeah.
And then was it hard to get people to your place from there? Because it's more convenient to people. It's very
common to business place. Yeah. Now at the time, like 2012, 13, 14, I was actually thinking about renting a place, and like I found some place there, like maybe 20 miles away from here. I thought this could be a good idea, but the times weren't kind of steady at the time yet. So it was hard, because like like if somebody comes to house estate, you have wooden shed like that doesn't look the part. Like people wouldn't be kind of very trusty, in that case. But like I was actually getting nice cars there. Like they weren't high-end cars, but like I was getting quite nice cars, some rare cars, even to that shed. Because at some point, like when people see the quality of my work, that kind of changed their mindset.
Their mind, yeah, exactly.
So it wasn't about where they will live in the car, but they were going for the quality.
Yes, because they were happy with the outcome, basically. So. Yeah, and then that basically the surrounding doesn't matter if the quality, the job is good quality, basically.
Yeah, that's it,
yeah. And what happened then? How long you stayed beside your house in that shed?
I was there till 2016. So like I'm here in this place 7 years now.
Very good.
In 2016, like this became full-time business for me. Like still at the house, I sometimes I had 5-6 cars. Around the house, like I was actually very lucky with the neighbors, because nobody actually made any complaint ever.
Very good.
Like I filled up the car park. There was 3 spaces, beside my house there. I always had 3 cars in there. Then maybe 2 cars, one beside my neighbor, one beside my house, then another one in the driveway, another one in the little shed. And then like I said, I think it's time to move on a little bit, because
yeah, because you already had your client base, you had already customers, basically regular customers, I would say, and then I suppose that was some sort of easy to bring them from there
absolutely,
to here. Wasn't easy to build them up, but was easy to go to a different place, and probably they have seen the improvement in the surrounding, and then you even grown way more trust, I would say. And what happened then when you moved?
Now you see, like, just come back to, like, I was very stubborn in the case where, like, at the time when I was working from beside my house, like,
Yeah.
obviously I didn't pay rent. So that was, that was kind of thing that I said, geez, I'm not gonna move because, but friend of mine, like, I have a good friend, he's from County Longford.
Yeah.
And he says to me, get out from there. Like, he was putting lots of pressure on me. And, like, he says, get out from the house, like, rent a place. You won't know yourself in a few years' time. And at the time, I was very, I didn't really believe him that's going to go like that. But he kind of seen that, and he was trying to push me. And at some point, I said, yeah, I will move to premises, like,
Very good.
Like, when I moved here, I was kind of very busy. So, I was putting even more effort, more time to everything,
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like, I was working at the time, like, when I moved here, especially, and before I moved here, I could be working like 80, 90, up to 100 hours every week.
Jesus, that's a lot.
Like that. That's working on cars, like,
Yeah.
all the time. And when you go to money side of the business, I was busy full.
Yeah.
Because I was undercharging myself because I was kind of afraid that people, if I give them a little bit too high price, they're gonna go somewhere else. But over time I learned those things.
Yes.
Like now it's kind of like I'm very happy here. There was few times in this place even that I was burnt out because, like, if you work in that many hours, you will burn out yourself.
Yeah.
And then it takes you a couple of weeks to recover.
Yeah, and how could you manage the physical part of detailing? Because when I do my own car at home,
Yeah.
I'm just even touching the exterior, washing like 2-3 hours, not even getting into the harder job or the more hours job, and I even feel myself so tired after that. And how could you manage these many hours then?
To be honest, like, physical part of the job, even now, like, I'm a little bit over 40, it doesn't bother me at all.
Very good.
And that's because when I was, a teenager, and then until until 2010, before I started this, I was working on building sites, so I was I was well prepped for like, this job is, for me,
It's handy.
it's a handy job, like,
And then physically, may I ask, like, physically, detailing is easier than building.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But from a zero perspective, like me, it's very hard job on a physical side to someone who never done anything like lifting and do physical job.
No, like, for me, this part, like as I said, I it doesn't bother me physically.
Very good.
Because, like, I don't my hard part of work.
Yeah.
In the early stages, so so.
And then when you came here, you just you were doing only detailing at that time when you opened up, and you have a shop. We covered that in a previous episode as well. So what was the turnaround? Why did you start selling products beside your detailing business?
Now the thing was, like, I started to actually sell products from my little shed.
So same back.
Yeah. So, like, before I moved here, I started actually, like, there was only a couple of months before I moved here. I started to sell products. The idea of that was, like, most of customers, when they got their car done, they were asking me, like, what would you use for cleaning their cars?
So they were interested about the products already.
Yeah. And, like, that, I had that idea for a while, I had that idea for a while to get the products, like, have some sort of stock there. Because, like, literally in this area, there's no really place where you can get within, like, I think 40 miles radius. You can't really go to a place like mine and have a selection of products. Like, the nearest one is Utopia in Roscommon, which is.
And how you sourced them at that time? Like, what was your source then?
So what I did there, it was like sometime in 2016. I went for holidays to Poland, and, like, I started from ADBL.
Yeah.
Now, I was using their products, like ADBL. They appeared on the market in 2014.
Yeah.
So I said, like, I'll give it a try. Like, at the start, like, I've seen new brands, like they only had one product, the Vampire, the Fallout remover. Yeah. So I didn't buy the Force product at the time, but, like, then in, like, a couple of months or a year maybe, they got a few new products. Like, they had a selection of 5-6 other products. I said, I'll give them a go. And she's like, I used them. I said, geez, that's
good.
Good brand. Like, like, seem to be that the lads are trying to make products that they work really well.
Yeah.
the price is
affordable,
and the price is kind of, very good for the quality. I tested lots of different brands, like since I started to enjoy detailing,
Yes.
like they say from 2011, all the money I was making at the time wasn't big money, but like any money I made, I put in back to the,
to find the best, basically.
yeah. So I was testing products, and like ADBL, I think, I kind of started to like the product really well. And in 2016, I went to Poland for holidays, and there was event in one of the kind of biggest shops in Poland.
Yeah.
And I went there, and actually ADBL, they were there. The lads that they actually, they own the business. They were there. They were showing the products. I had, chance to chat them, and I said like myself, Jesus Christ, like, I want that brand. Like, I want to sell that brand in Ireland because I think it's very good brand, and this could actually give me, very good business opportunity.
Yes, and also confidence as well.
Yeah.
You are using good products, good quality products. And then at that time, when you started selling ADBL in Ireland, how many other like detailing shops were available, basically? Like
In Ireland.
Yes, only in Ireland.
Now, there wasn't too many, like, like I can't really remember, but like at this moment, like I know there was Kupla shops, but like there was no really much competition at the time,
Yeah.
Now when I got the, like, when I after that event, I contacted the ADBL owner,
Yeah.
and I said like I'm interested in distribution,
Yeah.
in the exclusive distribution, and like they were very good for me at the time because like they let me to buy like very small amount of products. And they said like,
So you got a good starting offer, basically.
Yeah. Like the good starting offer was like, like these days, if you try to kind of deal with most companies, like you have to buy nice amount of products. Like that time, I just bought like couple of €100 worth of products, and I said I started. But it kind of was funny at the time because before I got the products in, like so many people, I thought kind of so many people are asking me for the products. So I thought like if I get the products in, I sell them in no problem.
Yeah.
And like I got the, couple of €100 stock, and geez, that stock was lying there for maybe 6, 8 months, 10 months, maybe.
So that was a slow starting.
Yeah, like there was just no hope. I remember I got website design for that.
Yeah.
I bought separate phone for, separate number for the ADBL. And just the phone rang me, I think it was 4 months later, the phone rang me first time. And then after that, like I never got any calls for a long time.
Yeah, but it probably was a very hard job to, introduce some sort of new brand.
Yeah.
At that time, especially because nowadays we have so many detailing products on the world, like even too many, we can't even, count them. That's so many. And then probably that was the cause of the start selling because, at that time, especially in Ireland, people like traditional things, which, like big brands, big names. And then at that time, probably they didn't know ADBL. But nowadays, I suppose everyone who's, like doing detailing or just washing their cars at their homes, like they know ADBL in Ireland, probably. Most of them.
Yeah, like things changed big time. That time, yeah, as you said, like, now it was new product on the market. So, it was very hard to convince people that buy this product because it's good. That's not enough. Like, it takes more than that. Like, and in fairness, took me a long time before the products actually started to be popular and like, they started to rotate on the shelves.
Yeah.
The ADBL to become famous in Ireland, like, obviously it wasn't just my job, but like, I started to meet other detailers, and I have to give big credit to Larry Keogh from Cleaner Car, Pirate Garage now, as well as a shop that when he started to use ADBL, and when he started to say like the products are very good, then actually this was kind of breaking point. That's back a few years ago, when things started to roll on. Like so I was putting lots of effort, but like the effort wasn't kind of giving results.
Yeah.
And I have to say, like, thanks to Larry, things started to roll a bit better. Then he got them into the shop. He took his own shop, and like now, if you look at Irish market, there is like good few shops selling the products.
Exactly. Yeah, and back when you started in this shop. At 2016, 2016. What was the services that you offered at that time? Or When you started like polishing jobs, like correction jobs, or like not even talking about coatings or anything, but when was that moment when you realized that can be much more done than just cleaning cars, and then there is another, like...
Now you see, like the thing is, I started to do corrections back in my shed, like
So you already started?
Yeah, because you see, like now I know the conditions in the shed weren't great, but I was getting really good, really nice results. Well, that's due to the fact that I was putting lots of hours, like like in 2012, 13, like still like detailing wasn't recognized as a service.
Yes.
So what I done that time, like that might sound mad these days, but I was just undercutting my price to, to bare minimum. That like it didn't make sense to do it, but I caught the book to the point where I said I'll do it for free, like I'll do it for free.
My God.
Just to do it because I kind of loved it so much. Well, still I have to say.
And then what would you say to yourself at that time if you would have the knowledge as now? What would you say? Was that would you like advise to do this someone nowadays to do that? But today, yeah, it's sort of a tough question because today everyone knows polishing and correction much better than that time.
Yeah, like you see that time, like somebody like when I was getting any inquiries from customers, like they were asking like, can you do full valet? Odd person was asking, can you do ticket?
Jesus.
So like to show the actual value of the service.
Yeah.
At the start, I was actually charging them like for decent full valet, but I said like, you can leave this car for 2 days, like I'll have a little bit more time to do it. And like some jobs I don't like literally. Like I spend like maybe over 2 days. I started early in the morning, let's say around 6 o'clock in the morning, and it could be in the garage till about 10 o'clock, and I just spent 2 days like that. But after that, like people were starting to recognize me,
Yeah.
Like just look at this, what this lad does, like and that's because of that I was getting some sort of nicer cars, like some at the time was mainly like boy racers cars.
Oh.
Which was good because like obviously the lads got the car done, they put it on Facebook, they recommended me and all that. So so from business perspective, it was the
disaster.
Pure disaster. But to grow up and like learn it, it was I think best thing I ever done.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking at how much I'm making, and then again like if I got like some money for the job, I put it back into the buying like better polishers, buying new products, different products, trying this, trying that.
And then when you were at the shed and doing polishing and correction jobs, how much money you invested into the equipment?
Now at the time the money wasn't big, like like starting up detailing business. If we just talk about starting up, you can even start with like I don't know 1,000-1,500 euro. You buy just bare minimum, you can start it off. If I was looking at it today, I would say like you need probably about 5 up to 10 grand to get nice nice selection. Now these days I know what I need. That time I didn't know, so also spending big money on equipment might not be a good idea because you could buy so much stuff that you're not gonna use, or maybe there is better sort of equipment. So like I was doing it slowly, but the first investment was 1,000 euro for the vacuum. I bought decent vacuum for it, and then like whatever I made, like I was kind of like I bought force polisher, then I bought another one. Obviously like you need products, so I was kind of invest in new products, buying like instead of buying small bottles, I tested small bottles first, then I was buying gallon if to break down the costs.
Yeah.
Does that answer the
Yes,
question?
absolutely, absolutely. So many good information over here. And then at that time, so when you came here to this shop, you opened up this shop, your clientele, your customers were already, you had a good customer base basically. But what about the people who don't know you? Like what people are usually asking you to do? Nowadays, or how it started in this shop. That's some sort of a different story than in the shed. So, what is the difference around the services?
The difference is like even when I came here first, like like people see like car care place,
Yeah.
So I was getting like people coming and like asking for full valets and stuff like that, Like one thing, like what I realized at some stage is detailing is not for everyone.
Yeah.
Not everyone needs detailing service. Like if you have a mother of 4 or 5 where they mess up the car all the time, like like that person doesn't need detailing. She has different needs to put her money in.
Yeah.
So like I get people that they kind of that they know I do car care, so they come for and they ask for full valet. But most people that they come in here, they kind of know what they're coming for. They're looking for paint correction, they're looking for coatings, leather restoration.
So they have an exact need what they want to be done.
Now these days they 90%, over 90% of people that they come in here, they know what they're coming for.
And then was it or is it hard to separate when you need to educate the customer what would be the best, or what was the point? What I'm trying to say here, many detailer wants to sell big services like expensive services, and then when did you realize where is the point where you want to upsell the customer and educate, and when is the time when you just do what they want? Or what was the moment when you?
So like if someone comes to me, what I always try to do a little bit of research.
Yes.
Like I ask them like, is the car like I look at the condition. If the car is destroyed, I ask them how long they have the car. Do they have the car from new? Did they bought the car? So there is different kind of factors involved. If somebody brings me year-old car, they have it from new, and the car is destroyed.
Yeah.
I ask them like, how do you maintain the car? If they tell me like I have no time for maintenance, so like I bring it to local car wash and so the condition of it tells me that there is no good maintenance involved. So what I do, I try to if they want to get improvement on that car, I just offer him sort of my entry level detail.
Yeah.
So that will fresh up the paint. I put a bit of protection on that, but I know in that case that like probably in a couple of months' time, this car is going to look back the same. So there's no point to upsell,
of course,
bigger service, and because like my effort will go, and
I know what you
down
mean.
the line they'll be disappointed, because they'll say, oh, geez, I spent that much, and like look at the car, like So I always ask them, like someone comes to me with show car. Like then we can go for the highest service, because I know that car will be well looked after, and then I look at the condition of it as well. So I always ask those few questions, and I always try to also educate them. Because like if I didn't do it from the start, like people wouldn't know. Like people wouldn't know. First of all, wouldn't recognize detailing service as a kind of restoration service.
Yes.
And then the second thing, they wouldn't know how to maintain the car.
Yeah.
So like all the effort would be no. All the effort I put in here would be no good.
And then what would you advise to someone like who's starting detailing, or what would your advice be to someone about this, like recognizing when to upsell and when to not? Like, I know it's a very, very tough topic to cover, but what would be your advice to someone with your experience, to anyone who is in the business or who is just about to starting a business?
Now, just what you need to do, I think, is you need to kind of put yourself in the position of the car owner. Mm-hmm. So like as I said, like asking those few questions would give you some sort of idea.
Yeah.
Then again, like like if you want to deliver service to that person, you have to kind of also realize what they can afford to pay you for the service.
Okay.
So as I said, like if somebody brings you very old car in destroyed, and they're not gonna put maintenance there. What's the point to spend like days or charging them big money? Like it's a kind of thing that you kind of come individually to everyone. Like you talk to them and see, just to make sure the service you deliver is what they need.
Yes.
If they want a top-notch job, you offer them that. Like if they push you hard, like then in some cases I get people that they push me to the point where I even try to tell them, look, for you it would be probably better, but like they said, no. Well, in this case, I just agree with them. I don't want to fall out with anybody. Yeah. But I always try to find out, like, what's the best level of the service for them would be. So, I'll be happy with what I do for them, and they'll be happy with my service because.
And then how often you do something extra for free nowadays, or back at the time?
You see, the thing is, like in this game, like like you get in car for for assessment. Like somebody draws me car here, I look at it. Like you're not gonna see every single problem of that car.
Yes.
You have to spend a bit of time. Then when you're working on the car for like day, 2, 3 days, 4 days, then you find those little problems. So I didn't concern the problem, let's say, when I was looking at the car. So if it's there and I can fix it, I'll just fix it. Even now, like, that doesn't make, that doesn't make any difference. Like before I was doing that, and I still have that habit that, like, I go that little bit extra for the customer.
That's great. How did you come to the name of OCD Detailing? Is that a special history of the name, or why did you choose this?
Now, to be honest, I didn't come up with any name for a few years. Literally, like when I started, like I didn't use any name. Just I was doing valeting. I was telling the people I do valeting and all. Then I was trying to find some flashy name that that will stand out, people will recognize me everywhere and all that. At some stage, when I met that lad I mentioned before, Mick from Longford.
Yeah.
Actually, I had an episode where I was working as a security, and like I met this lad and we had night shift together. So like I brought my laptop. I was showing him what I do, and like that lad said, "Geez, that's very impressive what you do." Like he says to me, "What you're doing as a security, you should be doing your business and all." And what happened was like he had a bit of passion for that as well. So one time I had a car and I invited him to he said he would love to do that. So I said like, come over and help me, And like we done the job and like then he says, "Geez, man, you have OCD." I said like, "Geez, what the is OCD?" Sorry for course. Then he explained me. I look up on the internet was OCD, and he said like call your business OCD. Telenia, call your business OCD. And like took me a little while. Then I said like, no, I have to have the name for the business. So I called the business Obsessive Car Detailing.
Oh yeah.
And I registered that name. I think it was 2015 when I registered the name. Like when I used the name, in public, like people started to call me just OCD. So I think like 2-3 years ago, I just changed the name, like officially with revenue or whatever, to OCD Detailing.
And then that was what time was the shorter name came from the Obsessive Car Detailing?
Yeah, I just made it shorter, so I just said like now I'm registered as a OCD Detailing. Before it was Obsessive Car Detailing.
That's a cool story, Peter. Yeah. Many detailers who's doing this for a living as a full-time job, they might or might not detail their own cars. How about you?
Now, when I started detailing, I could spend countless hours on my own car. But to be honest, these days I just don't bother. Like I have a lad working for me, so if the car gets to the point where it's too bad, I just get him to give it a bit of work,
And you put all the effort to the customers, basically, and that is where your satisfaction is now, basically.
Yeah. Like my car, like it's kind of older car. There's not gonna be show car ever. It's kind of vehicle used to get me from A to B. That's I kind of treat my own car these days,
And then talking about cleaning, and then back covering the topic about the products, you told us like you basically tested a load of product, but how do you choose brands for your shop to sell from basically since the last couple of years when you opened this shop?
Now, most of the products, I'm not going to say I have tested every product that is on the shelf, but like especially when it comes to brands that I'm getting exclusive distribution for them, I always test them. Like I give myself a couple of months, even with the company that I'm start to deal with. I ask them, send me box of samples, give me month, 2-3 months.
Yes.
I'm gonna try the products first. If I'll be happy with them, we can continue cooperation. If not, we won't. Simple as. Some products, I'm not gonna say I have tested every single product that I have on the shelf, but some of them brands I just have them because I know I might not personally love those products, but other people use them. Lots of people use those products. So there is a couple of brands that I have them because I know there is demand for it, and I want to kind of have a variety of products that will suit as many people as possible.
And then an interesting question came into my mind, like what is the 10 favorite products of yours as a detailer?
Now, 10 favorite products. Definitely Vasco pre-wash is number one, and like this hasn't changed since 2013. I use that product since then, and like this product, that time was massive game changer for me, and I think even till now, it's very hard to beat that product. So Vasco pre-wash, I think you have used that product, so
it's amazing.
You know what I'm talking about
It fills a hole definitely in the industry as well, and
Yeah.
can be a game changer.
like the product, if it's used right, just saves so much time and like makes the job safer, because like
Yeah.
using solvent tire removers, things might happen there. With Vasco, with my experience and the cars I'm doing, like the pride of choice. So like I wouldn't take any chance on using sort
Yeah.
of product that could cause some damage on them. So Vasco Pre-War is definitely the number one. Let's say from ADBL, my favorite products like they would be within the 10 top products for me. Like tire rubber cleaner is definitely one.
Yes.
You've used that, you know what I'm talking about. Beetlejuice book remover, that's another one. Third one from ADBL would be synthetic spray wax.
Very good product. Yeah.
I don't use it on daily basis because most of the cars we do they get ceramic coating, but I think for product like that at the price, the effort you have to put in to apply it, or you combine it all together, I think this is really good product.
Yeah.
You know, what else? Bright or One trim restorer. This would be my fifth product. Recently, I actually have products now, like I do with leather a lot. But I started new brand, like the brand kind of appeared about a year ago, Geist, and their leather cleaner. They have two leather cleaners. The mild version of their leather cleaner is absolutely amazing because it's plant-based product, and even on a worn leather, it doesn't strip the color.
Yeah.
As if you use product that is a little bit stronger, you might actually clean it, but like you might affect the surface. So this product is absolutely beautiful for that because it's very, very safe.
Very
and
good.
cleans well. So that's another one. So that's 7 product. What else could I say? Coating. When it comes to coatings this year, like I started to use it last year. After a good bit of testing, I have my new favorite coating, which is Clintel Admire.
Yeah.
Like you know the brand there. It's product like this available for everyone. Extremely easy to use. Provides like 3 years durability. And like all the features are, like where they should be. When you apply that coating, like, the coating is there straight away because even like it makes the paint so smooth and all. So that's 8 product, is it?
7. We are at 7 at 8, but
product,
you can finish what is in your mind.
Yeah, I think we have 7 products there. So another one would be, in this case, like I'm trying to pick kind of from different fields. So compound, when it comes to compounds, FX Protect Heavy Coat is my favorite coating compound. Another compound, actually, there is another product that I really like for some applications. Maybe it's not to be used for corrections, but like, if you have like sort of job that you want to freshen up the paint,
Yeah.
Zvizer one is definitely one I would point. It's amazing product for its abilities, like, what you can do with it if you use it right, obviously. And the last product, like, it's not really product. In this case, I would say nut polishing pad. And this case is the white nut polishing pad. I use it mainly for coating stages on harder paints. It just gives excellent results, like it makes the job sort of effortless.
I remember last time when I was here and you did the job on the Volkswagen GTI.
Yeah,
I remember
cool,
that
yeah.
you were talking about that white
Yeah.
and net pad, which works very well as a hard cut, and then the foam acts differently in different stages.
Like if you use it right, like you can achieve like really, really good results, and it just makes the job, the work effortless. Like.
Yeah, and then these 10 products, like we cut it like 10 products, but these probably changed during years. You know what I'm saying? Like if I would ask like 3 years before today, this list would probably different a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Like like there is no such thing. Like some products like they haven't changed for years. Like let's say the
Yes.
Bright or One. Like I have that product a long time ago, same as Vasco. Like, and I did test another similar products, but like even until now, like I didn't find something that comes near that.
Yes.
Like you might get some similar products, but like if you put in place like like the quality of it, durability, application, price of it, like just like some of them products, you can't beat them. Like
Yeah.
even.
And then if you find a new gem, for example, comes comes a new product which you really liked, does it take long to implement it to the like to your daily work and use that as a daily driver basically as product?
Like if I find something nice, I give it a bit of testing. Like
Yes.
I want to test it first. Like even like this year, I got quite few new products.
Yes.
And I'm testing them. for a while, so that like, I have them there, but like, I haven't said my opinion about them yet because I just gonna give, proper testing. And if they do work, like, I put them in straight away, like, and then again, when you talk about products, because I know like Facebook especially is very very good for that, I would say. On groups, let's say, like, you have that question, which is the best product?
Yeah.
And people are looking for the holy grail that will actually
Works with everything.
that will work with everything, that will sort of replace their effort.
Yeah.
Use the product instead of putting effort. Like, product is only part of finish. Product is like only, like, I'd say 15-20%. Obviously depends on what you're doing, like, but like even when it comes to compounds, like, people are looking for that the best compound. There's no such a thing, because like every car is sort of different. You have to approach it individually. Then also like some products might be perfect for me, but like you have different technique, you have different experience, you have different that.
Yeah.
It might just not work for you as good as for me. So in the case of products, like, it's a kind of subject that I think like the best thing to say is like, try what's best for yourself.
Yeah. So back with the big business a little bit, and if any other detailers who's starting a business like this, what would be your advice to them? Your best advice, or
now, like, obviously, like, over years, my advice would change.
Yes.
Like, like, if you ask me this question like 10 years ago, I would say completely different things. But now with 13 years experience, I could say like, first of all, try whether this job is for you. Try whether you like it or no. If you gonna do it just for sake of making money, I think you're probably better off to maybe find something different, because this is not a job that you have guaranteed, huge income, especially at the start. If you decide that, this is something I really enjoy, I love it, then, start to learn the trade itself. Start to practice as much as you can. Try to get maybe some training. Try to invest lots of time into learning the skill, because like this is the base of your business. But also, I would say, if you want to do it in long term, try to learn different aspects of business, not just detailing itself, because like you could be the best detailer in the world, but if you don't know how to run a business, at some stage you will come into financial problems, and just like, everything might go, like, all the effort you put in might just disappear. Then again, like, most of people that I actually know in this industry, especially that I do trainings, like, people come to me and they say, oh, I want to do training with you because I'm sick of my work and I just want to do detailing. And like, I asked them, do you have any kind of experience in this? And they said, no, really, but like, I would enjoy it. Like, I wash my car, I do this, I never polish a car. So I would say, definitely try to get some experience before you make that move. Try to get some experience, see what results you get, and see the reaction of people on your work, and then then start from that. Like, like, there's so many things involved in business, especially like most of people, same as myself, you start your one-man army, like, so you have to be a bit of your own accountant, you have to be your marketer, you have to deal with customers, then you have to do the job, which takes most of the time. So that, like, you have to cover all these aspects. Like, it's probably like business for me, like, people say it's hard to run. But then again, if I look at it from the other side, I think it's very hard to get up every morning and go to a job that you don't like.
Exactly. So you think in detailing the passion means a lot. So without a passion, it won't be a long run.
Yeah, it's like when you're starting on your own, like, you have to have passion for it. Like, like, if you don't have it, like, you won't make money, because like you won't be able to put the effort to learn it.
Yes.
And like it won't work that way. You have to put a lot of effort. Like what I put into this business is just like, if I had to do it again, I probably would give it up.
That would be my next question. Like, what advice would you give to your younger self? Like, for example, like back at 15 years before today, when you started. With this experience, what would you say to yourself?
Now, I was sort of person that I was putting lots of doubts in myself. I was like, even like the Mick I mentioned before, like, friend of mine. he was telling me, Jesus, man, like, go for it, go for it. Like, he was begging me. And I said, Jesus, no, I'm grand where I am. And like, you know, like, if I hire a place, Jesus, I have to pay for the rent and all that. And he says, you'll see how big the business will grow. And like, took me a while, I made the move. So, you know, so like, now, I'm not saying like, try to be overconfident on everything you do. Like, you know, like that could bring you to wrong direction as well, but like, you know, try to kind of find the balance as well, you know, before being confident and not having doubts. I had lots of doubts when this was kind of slowing down everything, and you know.
So be confident basically and get there.
Also, like, you know, like I kind of like consistency is actually kind of thing that, you know, like doing something.
Yeah.
It's hard one as well, you know. Like, let's say I started YouTube channel, for example. And then I done a couple of videos, then I gave it up. Started again, you know, gave it up. And like you know, like if I kept going, I probably like, you know, that could give you nice results. Like, you know, what we usually do, like what people do, they overestimate what they can do in a year. Yeah. But they underestimate what they can do within 5 years.
I agree with this one as well. Look, Peter, I have only one more question which might not be answered like on the table, but would you mind to show me some polishing steps for as a beginner, because I would like to you know, polish my car at home, but I have zero experience, and if you don't mind to share some tips and tricks on a vehicle.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you know, I do training, so like, and most of the people that come to here like for the training, I get really good feedback from them. So we'll see what we can do within a few hours.
That would be great.
Yourself, I'm nearly sure, because I know how enthusiastic you are for this. I'm nearly sure you
hopefully I won't do too many mistakes, but if I do that, at least I'm gonna learn how to do it properly, so I'm not gonna struggle on my own. Yeah. So look, Peter, I would like to thank you for this interview, and I'm very happy we made this done. We learned a lot about you, and thanks for sharing all the background story of OCD detailing and yourself, and thanks for having me on today.
Like, obviously, thanks for your time. I know, like, you know, it's kind of effort for you to come from like near Dublin there, and especially that you're only here for a couple of days. Like, I really appreciate it. And we'll do next video with we have a couple of hours left today, so we'll do the next video of the Viktor trying to learn polishing.
Yes.
So that's everything in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see how Viktor will manage with the polishing, watch the next episode.
If you want to see me struggling or doing well in a polishing with the help of a professional detailer, Peter himself, then click on the video right here. Peter, thanks again. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or you need any information, check the links down in the description, where I put every links to Peter's channel and all the information what you can see further if you're interested. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to comment. Peter, thanks again.
Thanks, Viktor.